Is Forever 21 forever done? When the OG fast fashion giant filed for bankruptcy last year, people assumed it was dead and buried. But is it really? And why does everyone seem to be blaming Gen Z? Hello Internet, welcome to Style Theory, the show that's here to give you your daily dose of nostalgia by bringing you all the way back to the mall. Long before there was Shein, Dolls Kill, or Cider, there was another brand that ruled the world of fast fashion with a cheaply made iron fist, and that brand was Forever 21. But over the past few years, Forever 21 has been going through a bit of a crash out, to say the least.
They faced lawsuits, PR controversies, they've even closed half of their physical stores, and even a few of their digital stores.
And they even filed for bankruptcy twice.
But which of these put the final nail in Forever 21's forever coffin?
Today, we are uncovering what exactly went wrong, how other fashion brands can use this to not meet the same fate, and how Gen Z seems to have had a big hand in Forever 21's final downfall. In order to understand what happened to Forever 21, we need to take a trip back in time to 1984, to the year that your millennial aunt's favorite clothing store was born.
In the early 80s, a couple by the name of Do-won and Jin Suk Chang immigrated to the United States from South Korea in search of one thing: the American dream. In the beginning, they worked various odd jobs to save up their money, with the hope for a potential life-changing opportunity.
And it was thanks to one of these odd jobs that eventual life-changing opportunity finally showed up.
While working as a gas station attendant, Mr. Chang noticed that all the people driving the fanciest cars around were all working for the same industry, the fashion industry.
This gave the pair a billion-dollar idea. To make it big, they had to make their own clothing store.
And so, in 1984, after saving up just $11,000, the Changs opened up their first 900 square foot store called Fashion 21, located in the Highland Park district of Los Angeles,
an area made famous for being a hub for hipsters, the place that Billie Eilish grew up, and where I was living when I first got my job here at Theorist. The world is so small. Eventually, they did change the name from Fashion 21 to the one we know today, Forever 21. But why exactly did they change the name?
According to Do-won, old people wanted to be 21 again, and young people wanted to be 21 forever.
Respectfully disagree. But you can tell me in the comments if you wish you were 21 forever. And while you're down there, you should click the subscribe button. Unlike the clothes of Forever 21, this is free. Oh, and speaking of the clothes, when the store first launched, Mrs. Chang was in charge of the merchandising department. But instead of being hands-off, she decided to hand-pick each item that would be sold in the stores.
However, unlike other brands who tended to buy seasonal items in bulk and then mark them down as sales slowed, Forever 21 was an early pioneer of the limited time hype business model. This meant that Forever 21 intentionally stocked their shelves with limited quantities of all their hot and trendy items in order to create a sense of urgency among their customers.
But here's the thing. While the items being sold at Forever 21 were limited quantity, they weren't super expensive. This was perfect for their customer base who wanted to buy new clothes but didn't have a ton of money to spend. But to pay less, you also get less quality.
Forever 21's clothes were made with all of your favorite cheap materials, like polyester, nylon, rayon, and yes, spandex. These materials were affordable to manufacturers with fast turnarounds for new trendy items.
Fashion trends come and go at the blink of an eye, and so Forever 21 had to move fast to be able to keep up with what was hot and what was not, and so that they could capitalize on the heat of the moment.
If they saw something trending on the runway or at trade shows, they could immediately whip up cheaper versions of those styles and have them out fast. While most of their competitors took months to go from sketches to shelves, Forever 21 could get it done in a matter of weeks.
And those same designs would be gone just as fast as they came. This led those early days to feeling very much like a thrift store kind of vibe, where you would have to browse aisle after aisle to really get a handle on what kind of items they had in stock, and to find that hidden gem that no one else would have. It was FOMO marketing at its best. But while the clothes were cute, they weren't made to last. Instead, the goal was to have you buy a less durable item that would wear out really fast in just a couple wears, and then when it was too damaged to keep wearing, you would come back and buy another one. Which is great for profits, but bad for
literally anything else.
But for Forever 21, it worked. It really, really worked. In their first year of business, Forever 21 made $700,000 in sales, which is an insane return on their mere $11,000 investment.
This success led Forever 21 to begin opening new stores roughly every 6 months, alongside launching spin-off brands like For Love 21, which focused on accessories. By the mid-2010s, Forever 21 had over 800 stores across 57 different countries.
At its peak in 2015, Forever 21 was bringing in around $4.4 billion a year. Yeah, $4 billion a year. This ultimately led the chain's net worth to being worth upwards of $6 billion.
Which again is a crazy return on an $11,000 investment.
Forever 21 had built what seemed like an unshakable foundation of a business that would sell low-cost trendy items to their customers for decades to come. But it turned out that their structure had a few hidden cracks that had the potential to bring down their business forever. Have you ever heard the phrase, if you want to make an omelet, you need to crack a few eggs? Well, Forever 21 took that business motto to heart. Except instead of cracking a few eggs, they did crimes.
Allegedly. They allegedly did crimes.
Remember how earlier we talked about how Forever 21 developed a business model that would let them turn out hot, trendy items at a record-setting speed? Well, they weren't able to do this by just being good designers with excellent time management skills. According to multiple accusations, their trick to these fast turnarounds was stealing designs.
You know, the worst fashion trend. If you put Forever 21 and steal designs into Google, you can find dozens upon dozens of stories accusing the brand of allegedly stealing people's designs and their likenesses on a pretty much yearly basis.
While I could make a whole other video just reading through this list of accusations and lawsuits, the important thing to take away from this information is that most of the victims of this alleged design stealing were small independent artists.
In 2015, independent artist Sam Larson took to Instagram to demand royalties from Forever 21 for taking inspiration from his design.
But it's not all old news. Just last year, Underrated Leather accused Forever 21 of stealing their coat design, a coat design that was exclusively licensed to Free People.
This dupe led to lower sales of the original design, which meant that Free People stopped ordering as many to carry in their stores, which then led to financial loss for the original designers.
And Free People wasn't the only big name getting involved.
The list also includes fellow fast fashion brands like H&M, major manufacturers like Adidas and Gucci, and Forever 21 has even been accused of stealing designs and the likenesses of mega pop stars like Ariana Grande. Heck, they even managed to get sued by Adobe. Yeah, allegedly they pirated copies of Photoshop, Illustrator, and Acrobat.
Since the start of these allegations, Forever 21 has been sued over 50 times for these types of IP thefts. 50 times! And that's all before you consider the other category of alleged crimes that Forever 21 has been accused of, the labor violations.
Back in 2001, a group of garment workers sued Forever 21 after they allegedly had to work 6 days a week for upwards of 12 hours a day. And they were sewing, ironing, and packing goods for less than minimum wage. An even more recent lawsuit also alleges that not only were some Forever 21 employees forced to work through their lunch breaks, but many were routinely forced to have their bags searched for stolen merchandise after they had already clocked out for the day. Even OSHA, the United States Occupational Safety and Health Administration, has charged several of Forever 21's New Jersey and New York working locations up to 6-figure fines for unsafe working conditions.
What's next? Are you going to tell me that their purses contain trace amounts of toxic metals like lead? Wait, what? That's true?
Now I know, that's a lot of bad. But Forever 21 has tried to do some good for its customers as well.
You see, in 2019, Forever 21 partnered with another company to include a little free gift with all their online orders.
I mean, that's fun, right? Wrong. Customers opened their packages to find out that the surprise was an Atkins meal replacement bar, aka a diet bar.
As As Forever 21 put it,
from time to time, Forever 21 surprises our customers with free test items from third parties in their e-commerce orders. Let's just say it didn't go over well.
Many customers took to social media to voice their frustration at how demeaning it felt to be given a diet bar while purchasing clothing, with some even wondering if the bars were specifically given out to customers who ordered plus-size clothing.
Though I will say that Forever 21 did make an official statement saying that those bars were sent out across all sizes and all categories.
Whatever the reason, this was another blow to Forever 21's reputation, at a time where they really couldn't afford any more scandals. All of these holes in their reputation had ruined their credibility with their customers. Their brand was holding on by a thread. When Forever 21 first entered the scene, they were a big fish in a small pond, but that couldn't last forever. Between the rise of brick-and-mortar stores like Zara and H&M and online retailers like Temu and Shein, Forever 21 was struggling to bring in enough money to keep its crown as the king of fast fashion.
By 2018, just a few years after their record-setting high, Forever 21 was forced to start closing stores in Europe and North America due to financial hardships. And by 2019, while their rivals like H&M were seeing 10% increases in sales, Forever 21 was reaching for the ultimate panic button:
bankruptcy.
On September 29, 2019, Forever 21 filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And yes, I know that this sounds like where the story should end, but just hold up a minute.
When a company goes bankrupt, there are two different paths that they can go down: Chapter 7 and Chapter 11.
You see, business bankruptcies are kind of weird. Chapter 7 is likely what you think of when you hear the word bankruptcy. Our business is totally screwed. We are never going to financially recover from this. So we need to sell off everything, have our creditors split what's left, and close shop. But Chapter 11 works a little bit differently. Look, technically, we can't pay off all of our debts, but there is still hope that we can turn this ship around. All we gotta do is make some deals with some creditors and hope that the business can just keep on sailing. Now, this isn't as uncommon as you might think. Huge companies that we consider very successful have filed for bankruptcy and come out stronger for it. And Forever 21 thought that it could do the same.
They closed 200 stores, found a group of investors that agreed to buy the whole business for $81 million, but it still wasn't enough.
Their problem was that their prime customer base of late teens and early 20s shoppers didn't want them anymore.
Nowadays, Gen Z makes up roughly 40% of the consumer market. But unlike the uninformed millennials that were shopping at Forever 21 in the late 2000s and early 2010s, Gen Z has made it their goal to redefine the fashion industry.
They're informed and care about sustainability, about environmental impact and ethical working conditions. So when your brand's reputation consists of allegations of stealing people's designs, bad working conditions, fat phobia, and more, well, that is the final straw.
In March of 2025, Forever 21 announced that it would be going through Chapter 11 bankruptcy.
Again.
And this time, it was likely the killing blow.
As of April 2025, Forever 21 has gone fully digital inside the US, closing all of its remaining 350 store locations.
While there are still roughly 100 or so stores outside of the US that are still up and running, when it comes down to it, Forever 21 is fighting a losing battle, unless they decide to get with the times. Forever 21 changed the game in how fashion is produced, but to survive, they will have to rewrite the playbook once again. And this time, it's life or death.
But hey, that's just a theory. A style theory. Keep looking sharp. Up next on Style Theory.
Shein is getting banned. According to a new law, even doing your Shein hauls could get you fined for over $100,000. But why?